Hello there, people of the world, and welcome to today's episode of Coffee Chats with Jax. I'm not sure exactly how the sound is right now. I feel like it's echoing. This is my first video on tour, and it took me a really long time to try to figure out where I was going to shoot this video. Oh, here comes somebody driving through. Hold on. Because believe it or not, there are not a lot of studio-like rooms for me to borrow at any time of the day. So I am sitting between two brick walls right now with my friend Eva's iPhone as my camera because my camera broke. It's been a ride, but I want you guys to have a video this week because it's important to me. For this week's episode, I really want to talk about comparing yourself to other people. I'm reading this book, Love Lives Here by Maria Goff, and she has this chapter about how she's talking about how she compares herself to other people. It's an amazing, amazing chapter, and she talks about how we live in a world where we, for some reason, try to form ourselves and make ourselves like the person next to us. And instead of doing that, what we're supposed to be doing is trying to make ourselves look more like Jesus and less like everybody else, because we're all created so differently, so specifically. And my best example for this is growing up with a big sister that I thought I had to be exactly like. I wanted to be just like my big sister because I thought that she was doing everything right. I thought that she was like the standard for me. And the thing is, like, we were created differently, and we were created with our own gifts and our own talents. She was made to do one thing over here, and I was made to do one thing over there, and I kept measuring myself up to try to be like her, and because of that, because of the fact that I'm just not like her, I kept failing. I will never be Alex, and I will never be my sister, just like I will never be this person over here or this person over here. And the sad thing about me trying to live my life in the exact same way that she was that I was missing out on these different unique things that I was created to do and I was created to be. And it was sad because after I would kind of stop trying to shape myself into her, I would meet other people that I would think, maybe they're doing life right, I'm gonna try and shape my life and look like them. And every time I would try and be like another person, I would be less of who I actually am. I just kind of became like a robot. And it's really sad, but the cool thing is, you guys, I feel like I'm finally stepping into my own shoes, and I'm finally stepping into just being who I am made to be. For example, you guys, I'm not a singer, and a lot of my friends happen to be musicians, happen to be singers, and the last tour I went on a few years ago, I felt really, really insecure because I wasn't able to participate in the conversations about music or bands or this or that, and I felt like I wasn't needed and I wasn't necessary because I wasn't able to relate. And so I would think in my head, if only I was a musician, if only I was up there able to do what these other people are doing. And because I was so focused on that, I was missing what I was actually created to do. And it's really cool because I'm on tour this time, and this time I feel like I'm more rooted in who I am, and I'm more rooted in my gifts and my talents, which aren't music, but maybe there's something else. Maybe they're communication, maybe they're building relationships, maybe they're writing, making these videos. It's just cool because instead of focusing on what I'm not, I get to focus on what I am. What's different about me might be a strength for someone who doesn't have that quality, and what's different about someone else is a strength for me because I don't have those qualities. And it's cool, and that's why we need each other, and that's why we need community, and we need to work together because we are not all the same. And we need to stop trying to be all the same. There's no status quo and there's no standard that we have to try to live up to, you guys. Like, one thing that I don't understand is why everyone assumes we have to have a 9-to-5 job. You go to high school, you go to college, you get a job, career, family, kids. What I love so much about today's culture is that independent jobs, where we kind of do whatever it is that we feel like we love, are so much more common now. Like, if I want to be a writer, I get to be a writer by writing a book and self-publishing it. If I want to be a speaker in a video every week and I have a voice and things that I want to say, I get to just do that because the internet, as crazy and insane as the internet is, allows me to do that. If people want to be musicians, they get to do that. Find what you love and do it. If that is having a family, go have a family. No one says that that's wrong. What is it that's in your heart? If that's painting, go paint. If it's music, go do music. If it's doing math problems, go do math better than anyone else because you were created with passions for a reason. And passions don't really compare to each other. What's in you is perfect for you. What's in me is perfect for me. I feel like a big part of living is figuring out what you love and just doing lots of it. That's what Maria Goff talks about in her book in the chapter that I was reading. Find your ambition and then do it. Take the next step forward because as cliche as it sounds, you will never know if you don't try. There's always going to be a reason not to, but there also will always be a reason to. if that made sense. Just go for it. Whether that's working at a grocery store, whether that's filling up balloons with air, I don't know. But God gave you passions for a reason. He didn't make us like each other on purpose. He made us so that we'd be better together, so that we'd be a team. And I love you. That's all I have to say for this video. We'll see where we end up next week. Who knows? This is gonna be an interesting ride, but I guess, you know what, hashtag tour life. It's really been fun being on the road with Bryn Elliott, Switchfoot, and Lifehouse. We're only like 2 days in, but it's been amazing sleeping on a bunk again and being on a bus with some of my best friends ever. So my book's gonna be on pre-sale soon. Look for that. It's called Be Free. If you want to preview that book, get involved in joining my Patreon page. There's I think like 6 or 7 pages out there. Links in the description box below to get involved with that. Also, if you want to follow my touring adventures with Bryn, Switchfoot, and Lifehouse, then follow me on Instagram at jackieg.tv. Links to the description box below. I will see you next time. Bye.